This is Lesson 1-1A from the Algebra Readiness textbook. My name is Mrs. Rustling, and I'll be your math teacher this year. I'm really looking forward to meeting each and every one of you and getting to know you better. To begin, you're going to need your notes and a sharpened pencil. Press pause to gather your supplies and be ready to work. Then click Continue. Our lesson target for today is to identify the difference between numerical versus algebraic expressions. If by the end of today's lesson you are unable to do this, please contact me for additional help. To start, we're going to learn a few new vocabulary terms and put those definitions and examples in our notes. Our first vocabulary term is numerical expression. A numerical expression is a math sentence that has only numbers and symbols. These are ones we're very familiar with so far. They are addition problems, subtraction problems, multiplication problems, and division problems. Here are some examples. 2 plus 2 is a numerical expression. It has numbers and symbols. 7 times 3 and 2 divided by 5. Notice that some of you might look at this and say, but wait, Mrs. Rustling, this is a fraction. And you would be right. But remember, you also learned that the fraction bar means divide. So this means 2 divided by 5, making this a numerical expression. If you do not have this written in your notes, please hit pause before we go on to the next vocabulary term. Our next vocabulary term is the word variable. A variable is simply a letter that stands for a number. It's an unknown number. We're going to work on finding out what that number is later this year. But for right now, this is all we're going to work with. So let's write down some examples. Some examples include the letter X, the letter B, the letter L, or the letter any other letter in the alphabet. It can be any of them. Notice that the letter L is in cursive form. We don't use a lowercase l because in math, people would think automatically that that means the number 1. So make sure you're careful of using the letter L. When you're ready, continue on to the next one. Our next vocabulary term is algebraic expression. An algebraic expression is a math sentence that has numbers, symbols, and variables. So algebraic expressions are ones we haven't had a lot of experience yet until this year. Some examples of algebraic expressions are m plus 19. Notice the variable is the m. X minus 14 plus 2. Notice the variable is an x. And the last one, 9 times t. That last one is written kind of funny, so I want to make sure that we clarify that 9 times t can be written as 9 with a dot to indicate multiplication. It can be written as 9 times t with the parentheses to indicate multiplication. We can also use 9 with a star to indicate multiplication. It also means 9 times t with a traditional multiplication sign. In math, starting now and going forward, we're going to use the x to mean a variable, not as often to represent multiplication. Please choose one of these other 4 ways to show multiplication from here for the rest of this year, not this one. One last thing I want you to see, and I somehow erased it, so we'll try to get that back on there, but this is also important to write in your notes. An algebraic expression is also known as a variable expression. Notice the word variable is right in there. It simply means an expression with a variable. So variable expression and algebraic expression mean the same thing. If you do not have all of this in your notes, please pause the video and click Continue when you're caught up. So what will this look like on today's homework assignment? It will look just like this problem here. Identify each expression as a numerical expression or an algebraic expression. If the expression is an algebraic expression, name the variable. For problem A, I see the expression says 5 minus 5. I have just learned that a numerical expression only has numbers and symbols. Letter A does not have a variable. It only has numbers and a symbol. So on my assignment, I would simply write the word numerical. And I'm done with that problem. Letter B, C minus 5. Because this expression has the letter C, which is a variable, I know that this expression is a variable, or you might write algebraic expression. But I'm not done because the directions say if the expression is algebraic, name the variable. So I'm going to put a little semicolon here and write the letter C so that I can prove that I also know that C is the variable. Now you need some practice on your own. Here are 3 more problems, just like the one we did together. Please do these 3 in your notes, pausing the video, and come back when you're done. All right, folks, let's work these 3 together and see how your answers compare to the ones that I get. Letter A. In letter A, 8 divided by x, I see that there is a letter in the expression. That means that this is an algebraic or variable expression. Either of those answers would be correct. They are used interchangeably. Then I need to name the variable. Did you remember to name the variable? The variable is the letter x. In the next problem, 100 times 6. I don't see any variable there. There are no letters, just numbers and symbols. So this problem is a representation of a numerical expression. Letter C. In letter C, it says D plus 43 minus 9. That D is a variable. So this is an algebraic or variable expression. And my variable is the letter D. If you are able to do those 3 by yourself and got them right, you are ready to begin tonight's homework. So how is homework going to work in our math class? Homework is just daily practice problems. Daily practice problems will be assigned most days and is due the very next class period corrected. That means that not only do you have to do your homework, you need to correct it and write your score at the top. The key will be posted on Google Classroom. In class, we will take notes and participate in activities that will help you complete your daily practice problems. Assignments must be completed in pencil. No work shown is no points given. If you, I understand, like today's assignment, there is no work to show. In those cases, I will not require work. But otherwise, if you're given long math problems that are not possible to do all in your head, I expect to see the work that you use to get to the answer. Point number 3, no credit will be given for assignments that are turned in after the unit test. If you ask for an extension on an assignment, I will most likely give that extension to you without any issues. However, I will not accept any homework after we have taken the unit test as a class. The next point is copying or academic dishonesty will give you a score of 0, along with the persons that you copied from. All assignments must be submitted to Google Classroom to the assignment post. I ask you to use a mobile device, an iPad of some sort, or a a phone like your own or your parents, download the Google Classroom app, log in. When you submit your homework, you will want to take a picture of your homework paper with that device and then upload it directly to the app, and I will get it. It is the easiest way to submit your homework. I want to make one other note about homework. The reason that you are supposed to correct your own assignment is not because your teacher is lazy. It is because once you correct it and see what you did wrong, I would like you to fix your assignment. Every person should have 100% on every single assignment. So once you correct your original work you did in pencil, you should fix your mistakes in pen, so I can see which ones you originally got wrong and your corrected answer. So when you give me a score of 100% or whatever it might be, 10 out of 10 or 14 out of 14, that I can see that, yeah, maybe that wasn't your first score, but after correcting it, it is your last score. And that's what's important. And you will get full credit for the entire assignment. That is not cheating. That is called learning. Also, feel free to ask me for help on any of the problems that you got wrong on your assignment. When you get your answer right, you will then receive full points for the problem that you got wrong initially. I hope that makes sense, but you can always email or contact me, and I will be happy to explain it further. This slide shows what your homework will look like. On your loose leaf paper, I encourage you to fold it in half, and then work your problems down, labeling numbers as you do the problem so you have room to show your work. Then when you get to the bottom of the first column, then begin on the second column. So maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 fit here, but I got to the bottom, now I come back up to the top, 9, 10, number 21, and I continue on this way. It makes it a lot easier to submit your work, and I can easily see it organized all on one page. Do not put your work separate from the problem number, because I do look at it and I do like to see your work and which problem it goes with. If you have all your work over on the right-hand side, it's a mess and I can't see it. That will not be accepted. Notice I ask you to put your first and last name on the top of your paper. Also, then put your hour. Then I would like you to write section 11A. That is the section of this lesson. This indicates where you will find your homework key. Your homework key will be labeled 1-1A homework key in Google Classroom. That is how you're able to correct it. And then this followed by page 6, numbers 5 through 10, 21 through 24, and 42 through 47. I assure you, I will not ask of more than 30 minutes of homework from you each night. If you are struggling with any assignment, please reach out to me via email or Google Meet. I am the kind of teacher who wants to help you. Good luck on today's assignment, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.